Loom videos 101. No time wasted at all. Let's get straight into it. So, by the end of the video, I'll show you the exact type of looms to get you booked calls. You know, the exact structure of the looms to get people asking to book calls in with you, and how you can easily, efficiently pump out looms that work effortlessly. So, following my video from the outreach script I gave out about a month and a half ago, a ton of you guys have gotten so many positive responses from creators that you've been pitching to, but you all keep fumbling at the same point, which is sending over the Loom videos. I mean, here's some screenshots here from the coaching calls I give out weekly and from private messages where people are getting ghosted on Loom videos. I'll be getting a ton of those, so I thought it should be fitting to make a sequel to the outreach video to show you how to record the right looms. So just a quick little plug before we go in. If you want one-to-one coaching to hit your first 5k with copywriting, there's a link in the description below to apply. Just follow my IG, join the Discord as well. Free coaching calls every week on Wednesday, I believe. I've moved it to now. Access to all my resources and everything. It's the best place. Like, if you want to learn, join it ASAP. So, non-negotiables when making a Loom video. Must show our face. I'll change the color of that. That is horrendous. Must show our face. If we're not showing our face, we just don't look approachable. We don't look human, and that will instantly put like a barrier between you and your potential client. If there's a face to the words or the presentation we're giving, it just makes it more easier and approachable for them to respond and to actually want to work with you. Obviously, make sure you've got a webcam and a microphone, which are clear. I mean, it's the obvious stuff. I shouldn't have to state it, but that's what we need. Look clean, have a normal background and no background noise. From some of the examples I've seen, I'm not going to name names, some of you look like absolute trolls. You don't need to be the best looking, just look calm, look clean, look normal. Have a normal background. Again, some of the videos that I've seen from you guys, there's just all sorts of things going on in the background. Something plain, like I've got plain wall behind me, or even like just a clean background of like a kitchen, or just something normal, something not out of the ordinary. Also, as well, no background noise. If there's background noise, it just seems unprofessional. It can't be heard, and it just creates that like disassociation with you and the prospect. Be human and professional. What I mean by be human is don't act too corporate, if that kind of makes sense. I know the guys that were in the coaching call the other day where I was explaining this, we want to seem normal, we want to seem nonchalant about it, but at the same time we want to be professional. So what I mean by professional is when we're giving our presentation, it's perfectly and beautifully put together. Again, not going to name names, but an example that I've seen in the past or people showing me their Loom videos is they've literally taken a picture on their phone, uploaded it to a Miro board, and you can see the reflection of the guy taking the picture, and he was wondering why he got ghosted in the Loom video. But yeah, keep it professional, but also give that balance of you're a human and you're not trying to act way too perfect. And one more thing as well, do not create Loom videos until you get a response from your creator. I've seen a lot of people who say like, outreach is hard, outreach is tough because I have to create Loom videos every time. It's not the case. You save yourself a ton of time by not creating Loom videos for those who haven't responded. And also I've seen people who create Looms and just pitch directly to the creator. It's unprompted, they don't like it, and you're most likely going to get blocked or ghosted. So until you get a definitive yes, or you get an answer which hints towards a yes, that's when you create the Loom video. Other than that, do not waste your time. Otherwise you're going to spend time and hours and lots of time you can't get back by making videos that won't even be seen. So, what's the best structure? Best few things, or the best three things that all good Loom videos have in common is they initiate desire, they pull out the context, and they invoke curiosity. This one is probably the most important. If you were to take anything away from this video, this is what you need the most. Invoke curiosity, because that's what's going to get people to click. I said here, curiosity is the most important, as that's the emotion that's going to make people take action. If the title is curiosity driven, if the thumbnail is curiosity driven, people are going to click. Your prospect is going to click. If it doesn't hint this, they're not going to click and no one's going to see the video, right? Again, treat it like a subject line. It's kind of hard to explain it, but the more you can invoke curiosity in your Loom videos, the more they're going to keep watching. So all of our looms have to create this. If it had to have one of these three things, it has to be curiosity. Again, like I said, without it, people will be ghosting or not watching the whole thing, or even worse, saying no thanks to the end of the Loom video. So, onto the 5-step structure. First step is the intro. Probably the most important part because this is what they're going to see. First 30 seconds, introduce who you are and create context of Loom video. So if you're explaining something such as a problem you found, or you're showing them a way to make more money, just give that context. But a good thing to do as well is obviously to state your name, who you are, what you do. And if you do have case studies or testimonials or proof of you actually working with someone in the past, is also a good opportunity to provide that. So if you've gotten results, you can quickly show, oh, I've done so and so for this person, and I'm about to show you how to go on to the next. This should only be around 30 seconds, no longer. We want to keep these videos quick and snappy. On to step 2, which is rehook the oh my god sorry rehook the prospect. Finally got it. Rehook the prospect with a pain point or dream outcome driven approach. So initially we would have pitched this creator or this prospect with the idea of, we found something that's causing them a pain point, or we found something that can get them towards their dream outcome. So we want to immediately rehook them after we've just given them context of who we are and why we're doing this. So we need to rehook them on the whole initial angle of how we even found them and pitched them in the first place. So we can do that by saying, for example, name, honestly, by not doing what I'm about to show you in this Loom video, you're missing out on at least XYZ. Something like, you're missing out on more conversions, you're missing out on more clients, you're missing out on more revenue. So those sort of stuff along the lines. Kind of like a viral. If you've seen those reels where they instantly hook you in by saying, if you're not doing this one thing, you're missing out a ton of views or a ton of money, things of that nature. So that's what we want to do. Again, this shouldn't be a long section. It should just be like a quick line or two in the structure of this, where you're just rehooking them back in. Next part is to expose the issue, but to tell them what they aren't doing, right? So we need to explain to them what their issue is and expose it to its fullest potential. We need to find the pain point and keep digging at it. An example of this, an example of doing this is saying, based on our conversation, I noticed that you're not maximizing the elements of your sales pitch to its fullest potential. This is just on the sales page angle if we're pitching them on a sales page and showing them what they're doing wrong. But again, you can be doing it on content wise, saying you're not, based on our conversation, you're not maximizing the hook element of your content, or you're not maximizing the funnel assets for your sales funnel to get the most clients. We just need to expose the issue and keep digging at it so they know what they're doing wrong. Don't want to be vague about this part, we want to be very specific. Next is the show and tell. So after we've exposed it, we need to show them and explain why. So an example I put here is oh my god, I can't even fucking talk. This will then be your improved sales page, explain how it works. So going off of the sales page example, we would be showing an improved version and comparing it to their version and showing what elements we've added that improve it. Again, this is a sales page example. We could also do this for like a full funnel, where we could get their funnel, visually lay it out, compare it to someone in their niche who's doing much better, and exposing and showing all the little elements which they are doing better than their competitor, or which their competitor is doing than they are. We want to show and tell. The great analogy I like to use is, we want to show them where it is. It's easy to say to someone, look, your headline's not doing wrong, but if we can show exactly and pinpoint what the headline is doing wrong, it's easier for them to comprehend and understand. And the next part of the Loom structure is, we want to show our knowledge and expertise, but as well we want to show the speed. So most of these content creators and business owners and anyone you're pitching to, they want to know they're speaking to an expert, but they also want to know that you can do what you're saying at a very quick rate and it's easy to implement. Remember the new Easy, Safe, Big emotions, the big 4. We want to really push speed and easy. If we can show them that We know what we're talking about from our explanation of the exposing the pain points and the show and tell era. That gives us the knowledge and expertise. Now we need to show them or tell them this can be implemented within the next 3 days. This can be implemented quickly without all little hiccups and all this stuff. We just got to let them know that it doesn't take them long to implement and set up. We've got to make sure it's easy on their side. Going on to the next part, which is the closing stage. So this will be where a lot of you struggle, and what I've seen a lot of videos, a lot of Loom examples that I've seen, this is where a lot of you mess up. So we need to give them an offer to learn what's costing them thousands on a quick 15-minute call. Now, we don't pitch a sales call. We don't say we can hop on a call and we can discuss how I can best do something for you, or how best I can work for you. You need to be given as much value as you can. You need to just tell them there's only so much I can do in 5 minutes. I can explain in more detail in 15 minutes to help you boost your business or boost whatever we're trying to pitch to them. We can't be salesy about it. We need to be friendly with the approach and avoid sounding salesy. If anything, this should be really important. It's got to be nonchalant. It's got to be a whatever. You need to have that whatever type of energy. You got to give the energy of, I can give you 15 minutes and I can save you thousands, or if you don't want it, it doesn't matter. I don't really care. Of course, we do care at the end of the day, but we need to give off the energy that we don't. And we're here to offer them information on what's costing them thousands instead of offering them our services instantly. Once we can show them our knowledge and expertise and show them exactly what's costing them thousands, more than likely they're going to ask us how to fix it, because they aren't going to know how to fix it. So that's the whole 5-step plan. It shouldn't, all of these steps combined together shouldn't take you longer than 5 minutes. If our looms are pushing more than 5 minutes, you're probably spending a bit too much time on one of these sections. Remember, these are short, quick, snappy videos. That should be giving just enough to keep them hooked, but not enough where it completely solves their problem. We want to get them to this stage here where they want to know more, where we're leaving them on a cliffhanger, or they just need more information that they just have to take our call and understand what we need to do. So offering them like a free 15-minute audit. We don't really want to say audit, but we'll just be auditing their business and showing them what's wrong. Or we'll just go into more detail of what we spoke about here, but in a longer 15-minute call where we then slowly transition into trying to pitch them. But that's the whole game of it. And then pro tip, which a lot of Loom videos I've watched, a lot of the videos, bad videos that I've seen, is a lot of you guys are speaking about yourselves and what you can do for them instead of how they can benefit. So if we can keep the video about how they can benefit from changing this or doing this, and how majority of what we can do benefits them instead of how we can help them. I'm probably stuttering and sounding like an idiot right now because it's kind of hard to explain it, but we need to keep the spotlight on them constantly, what they are doing wrong, how they can improve, not how we can come in and improve for them, if that makes sense. If it's about them, they're more likely to stick and watch the whole video, but if we're constantly talking about ourselves and how I can improve this for you and how I would do this and how I would structure this, they're not going to like it. But if you say, this is how you can gain more clients by structuring this. This is how you can keep more views by restructuring your content like this. Got to keep 80% of it about them and 20% about us. The 20% initially comes from the intro and the end. That's it. All of this section here, these 4 sections here, has to be about them, not us. I hope that makes sense. Started quite a lot of this video, but it's just a quick one take. If it sounds confusing, just join my Discord and just message me and I can go over it in more detail. But this is the structure we want to use, and this is the structure I personally use as well to that I use to sign my clients when I send Loom videos. And also what I've been helping my students with as well, who've been seeing success. I've just realized it's a 6-step, not a 5-step. Okay, that is embarrassing. Whoops. I'm just spamming everything right now. Anyways, 6 steps. So 1 and 6 should be about us. So 10%, and the rest should be about them. hope this makes sense, and I'll see you guys in the next video.